Hi, welcome to my monthly video for the month of November. It's actually Sunday, the 1st of December today, but yeah, I normally wait until the very end of the month to make 100% sure that I can show you everything that I have made in the month. Today I have one finished object and two works in progress that have been in progress for a while. And I will finish showing you my recent yarn acquisitions and some photos of the beautiful place where I traveled to buy this yarn. I didn't travel to buy the yarn, but yeah, that's a side effect, you know, of traveling, that you want to buy something, you know, like a little thing to remember the trip. And that's Lisbon, in case you were curious. That's Lisbon, Portugal. So before I start on all of that, I want to show you what I'm wearing. I will stand up, if there's enough space, to show you the lovely dolman sleeve of this sweater and the ribbing detail. Here we go. This is Snow Cloud by Melanie Berg, and I tested it for her I think a couple of years ago. It's a lovely sweater, a lovely design, and I have a Ravelry project for this, so the link will be below, both to the pattern and to the Ravelry project. I'm not very precise with, you know, recording everything in Ravelry, but because it was a test knit, I had to make a project. So it's there. You will find details about the yarn and everything. The yarn is 2 strands of Suri alpaca and 1 strand of mohair, which I think gave me a slightly denser fabric that was meant. But yeah, that's just, you know, that's just what I liked at the time, and I still like it. So yeah, all good. The only complaint I have is this wrist that is a bit too tight, so it doesn't really come up that much. I would like to pull it up a little bit more, but not the wrist, the cuff, of course. But I don't think it's the pattern's fault. It's just me picking up not enough stitches, or yeah, not really considering when I because you knit down, right? It's knit in one piece, so you knit down here, and when you get here, you know how big your cuff will be, how long, or yeah, how wide your cuff will be, and I probably just didn't, you know, get it right, and that's also fine, because the sleeve looks very good as it is, and it's very roomy, as you can see. So in the beginning I thought maybe it will not be too comfortable to wear when you have to put a coat over it, but in reality it's never been a problem. So yeah, on the whole, it's a pattern I would recommend. Take a look at it, because because it's really comfy and warm, and also elegant, I think. You cannot see all of it here, but yeah, it sits very well on a pair of trousers. Yeah, it's really nice and elegant, an elegant shape. I like it. Okay. The designer is Melanie Berg, I think I said so, and I will write it above anyway. And we can move on to my finished objects. It's 2 of them, because it's 2 socks. I think you've seen one last month already. Now the second one is finished as well. I knitted this for my son. One is blocked and one is not blocked. So it didn't change much in terms of the look of it. So the pattern looks exactly the same on the leg. Well, yeah, the blocked one is a bit more regular maybe. So let's look at this one. This is a stitch pattern that I can link down here for you. It's actually a sock pattern. I didn't follow that pattern. It's a free pattern, so you're very welcome to download it. I only used the stitch itself, so I didn't follow the pattern itself in terms of the measurements and everything. I just based my stitch count on you know, the foot size of my son. I could measure it, so it was easier that way. And it's knit from the toe up, because that's how I like to knit my socks, with this kind of heel that I don't know how to call, maybe fish lips, fish kiss lips or something like that, but I'm not sure it's that. This is a mock short row heel, so the flap is knit, the heel flap is knit in 2 pieces. You like decrease, and then when you increase again, you pick up the stitches that you decreased before. So there's no short rows, and based on experience, this is the one that gives me less holes. There's no holes at all in this. It's just perfect. The only thing you have to remember doing is maybe make an extra stitch, like when you pick up the sleeves, right? You make an extra stitch on the first round when you start joining in the round again, but that's all that there is to it. The rest is just perfect as it is. I don't know what I said about this last month. I honestly haven't checked, but my goal was to lengthen the foot a little bit with blocking, because my son tried the sock unblocked and it was only just right, so maybe a bit too short, and it has gained 1.5 centimeters, so it's perfect now after blocking. So I'm happy. I hope you will be happy wearing these. The yarn is called Vintage Socks by Lana Grossa, and it has very beautiful colors, and it's very, very nice to work with. So I'm definitely going to buy this again. My local yarn shop sells this. I'm definitely going to work with it again. It's also soft on the fingers, it glides well. I'm 100% happy with this one. Right, on my friend Dolly, you see my first work in progress of this month, maybe 2 months. I have to be more precise at making notes. I don't remember exactly when I started it, but it's been a while because it's quite a lot of knitting. As you can see, I have 1 sleeve completed, and I'm almost there in terms of the length. I'm also modifying the pattern, so well, I'm not sure if it will go quicker or not, but yeah, it has some shaping at the bottom that I will skip. So tonight I think I will just check the length, and if I have reached the length I want, I will knit the bottom hem right away, and then the second sleeve. So this sleeve took me a weekend, so the plan is to finish this next week anyway. So it's Sunday today. By next Sunday I want to have it off the needles, because it's been long enough, and honestly I want to wear it. I really like it. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I love everything about it, the pattern, the yarn, just everything. It's knit in 1 strand of silk mohair, and I have to say it's a very soft silk mohair. The brand is Kokon. So I think I will wear this a lot. I will talk about all the details next month when it is actually finished. Like I said, I made some modifications also to the sleeve, but we'll go into details when it's 100% done. Shall I show you? Yeah, it's a brioche stitch. So just to let you see, if you haven't watched the previous videos, see the fabric a little bit. It's really pretty. It's very light. I will also have a lot of leftover yarn from this project, so I will have to think what I'm gonna make with this beautiful silk mohair that I have left. Now I'm looking at my notes, and this month I'm happy to say that I have I don't have my computer is here behind me. I have made handwritten notes, which makes me very, very happy, because I am just that kind of person who likes to write things by hand. Okay, second work in progress is not making me as happy as that one. Not the end result. I quite like how it's turning out. Here it is. It's going to be a raglan cardigan, so a very classic shape. And I got to the point where I can split for the sleeves. Now you cannot see it very well, but yeah, trust me. It's ready for the split, and it's also at the right, the V neck. It's a V neck cardigan, so the V is also at the right, how do you call it? It's deep enough, okay? It's deep enough. So yeah, that's the next step. And the next challenge will be to make a vertical buttonholes without breaking the yarn. I want to try and do that. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube, but if you have a good one that you can recommend, please let me know which one it is. I watched a few so far and I just have to try and do it. But because it is a bouclé yarn, you can see it here. It's a bouclé yarn with all these loops that get caught on the needle a lot, and they make it almost impossible to rip back. So whatever I do has to be right the first time. And that's what is making this a really hard project. And, you know, that's why I'm saying there's very little joy in it. It is so stressful for me to know that I just have to get it right. I tried this on 1,000 times to make sure that the size here, the depth of the yoke was right. I measured it against my swatch. You know, I'm just like, whatever it is, it has to be it, because I cannot really rip back. These get caught too much, you know, it's just too messy if you rip back. It also peels a lot if you try to rip back, so then it's not as nice. Because the good thing about this, and the only thing that keeps me going, is that the fabric I'm getting is so lovely. It's so squishy and soft. It's really, really lovely. So that's the only thing that keeps me going. I want to have this cardigan and be able to wear it because I really like it. This yarn is produced by the shop where I bought it, so details will be below. It's a Belgian shop based in Antwerp. So this is also a yarn that I bought while traveling. So nice memories of Antwerp, and that's also a reason to, you know, to really finish the cardigan. I am still debating if I used this yarn the way it was supposed to be used, you know. Maybe it was supposed to be paired with another yarn after all, and not used by itself. I really don't know. If you have opinions on this, please let me know. I will also have a lot of left overs from this, because I bought like 4 skeins, and I am halfway through the first one, and I have completed the yoke. So yeah, I will have a lot of it left, and I will definitely try and use it doubled with something else, to be honest, to see if it's easier to work with it. It's also very hard on the hands. And what worries me now is that in a week this one will be finished, and then I will only have this cardigan on the needles, this little cloud or little lamb cardigan, I call it, because it's as soft as a little lamb. But it will be my only work in progress. And I'm wondering if I can really, you know, keep up my motivation. It's hard on the hands. It's really straining my eyes. It's really not a nice thing to work on. It's also true that at some point very soon I will have the sleeves as well, so I will probably be able to work at the same time on the body partly and partly on the sleeves. I also always need a project to take with me on the train to work. So this is going to be too bulky at some point, but maybe I can work on the sleeve while I'm on the train, because that's easier, you know, it's a smaller thing to have in your hands. You don't have to like take everything out of the bag. Just literally pull out the sleeve. I don't know, but the real issue here is that I am not a monogamous knitter, so I get bored quite easily. I just have to change and switch between things. But I don't want to cast on anything new, because the goal is to have everything finished by the end of the year. So in 1 month, everything has to be finished, because in 2025, I will start a very ambitious project that I'm not talking about here, because there will be a video for that, you know, explaining what it is and all the details of that. But I call it ambitious because it will be a lot of objects, a lot of items that I want to produce, 12 of them actually. So you could say, you know, 1 per month. It's not exactly like that, because some are small and some are big. But yeah, I don't want to get talking about it. I just want to let you see the swatch that I made for my first project. The first thing I will cast on is this one. Now you cannot really see the lace properly, probably. This is going to be an all-over lace sweater. This yarn again was bought while traveling to Firenze, to Florence, at the end of October. So if you watched that video, you've seen the skeins of this. And yeah, I hope this is not considered cheating. I just wanted to swatch with this yarn to make sure that that it was right, and it is. So I'll be able to literally cast on the 1st of January. But in order to do this, I just want to get rid of everything else and, you know, not carry anything from one year to the other. It's going to be a fresh start in 2025 with this year-long project. I think I will be able to upload the video presentation for this 2025 project around Christmas, probably right after Christmas. We will see. But keep an eye on the channel if you are curious now. Okay, so that's it apart from my yarn, new yarn. The new yarn I bought in Lisbon is this one. I forgot to ask them how you pronounce this name. Too bad of me. I suppose it's Pegulhal or something like that, because that's how you pronounce LH in Portuguese. But yeah, definitely correct me if I'm wrong. This is a yarn by Rosa Pomar. You can see it. They have these beautiful labels. That's part of the charm of this yarn, you know. And the other thing that really you know, made me want to get this yarn for one of the 2025 projects is that it is, I have to take my glasses off. It's made from a combination of native Portuguese wools, and it is entirely sourced and manufactured in Portugal. So it means local breeds, and everything made, you know, by artisans with traditional methods. If you go on their website, there will be linked below. Everything is explained very well. And you know, I really like this one. Is also produced by a very small producer in Italy with traditional methods and traditional sheep breeds. So yeah, it's I think it's all like a great idea, right? To go back to our traditions, and especially with knitting. Knitting it's a traditional activity, isn't it? It is. So it will be difficult to show you the color of this. I'm not sure if it will show well in the camera. It looks a lot more brown than it is. I would say the base is like a rusty red, but that's probably not correct because there's not even a base in this. It's so blended. It has yellow and green and blue in it. Now the sun is coming out, so I don't know if that's good or bad for, you know, for the camera to pick up the actual color. I haven't swatched with this, but I have seen it in the shop, and the result is really, really beautiful. It's also rather coarse now. It's yeah, being a traditional product, an artisan product, it has that rustic feel, which I don't always like. To be honest, I prefer softer yarns, but once it's soaked and dried, it blooms and softens a lot. So yeah, because I've seen an actual jumper knitted with this, I can say that it will, and I'm sure that I will be happy. It's also not itchy on the skin. If you put it next to your skin, it's not itchy at all. I have mohair sweaters that are more itchy than this. So yeah, mohair is itchy, but just to say that, you know, it's not because it's like rustic that it's not going to make a soft and nice fabric to wear against the skin. So starting from here, I will now leave you and put, like, paste, how do you say, end this video with some photos of the shop, the Retrosaria Rosa Pomar, and of Lisbon itself. It is a lovely, lovely place. It's definitely worth going. If you haven't been, consider taking a trip there. It's really a city full of character, and at the same time it's young and lively and modern. The sea there is beautiful, the weather is beautiful. It was fantastic. You will see me in the pictures. I'm wearing short sleeves and it was like mid-November. So yeah, it's definitely worth a visit. Now, I will see you at the end of next month with my regular podcast. So hopefully the 2 finished cardigans, and of course the video presentation of my 2025 projects. Thanks for watching and see you next month.